Welcome to the Planet Paintball Podcast, the ultimate podcast for paintball enthusiasts. Each week, we dive into the world of paintball, bringing you stories, insights, and tips from players, coaches, and industry insiders. Sponsored by 1023 Sportswear. Looking for high-quality gear that performs as hard as you do? Check out 1023 Sportswear. And as a listener of the Planet Paintball Podcast, you can get 20% off your order with the code PLANETPaintball. Suit up, save big, and play your best.
All right, welcome back to the Planet Paintball Podcast. I am here with Gavin from Order 66 Layer Podcast and Team Lockout. How you doing tonight, Gavin?
Good. Thank you for having me, Hunter. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I was excited when we lined this thing up to
I'm excited.
finally get a fellow podcaster on here with me.
It's weird being on the other side. Normally I'm the one shooting the questions, so I'm like, all right, this is going to be cool. So I've got myself a beverage, and I'm here, and I'm all yours, sir.
Nice. All right. Well, let's start out with where it all began. How did you find paintball, man?
Ooh, paintball. I found paintball late in life. First off, my name is Gavin. Like you said, I'm from Order 66 Paintball and Apparel and Order 66 Podcast. Found paintball late in life. Was born in Jamaica and moved here to the States probably over 25 years ago. Never really heard of paintball. Didn't have paintball in Jamaica. We got other hobbies. So it was new to me. And how it started off, I used to work in the restaurant business. I'm not sure if you ever heard of Friendly's restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a front of the house manager at Friendly's. My crew, we were actually a Friendly's located in the mall, and we were getting our ass kicked during our Christmas holidays. I'm talking just constantly getting our ass kicked, and everybody was just like, cooks wanted to kill the servers wanted to kill the hosts. Everybody was just like off on edge, and I'm like, we gotta do something as a team to take the edge off. And I started looking into it, and somebody suggested laser tag, and I'm like, nah, we need something more aggressive. And we found a facility, MVP Paintball, here in Rochester, New York. That's where I'm located. And MVP, which is owned by Mitch Karn, who used to be a pro player that came out of the area here. So it was an indoor facility. We went there as a team. It was a great time. And I was hooked. And then from there, that same facility, they had tournaments that they would keep. You'd come in and play 3-man, 5-man, and I get my friends together, and we go, and I got a couple trophies over there. We'd win some tournaments, and the bug started to grow. Then I brought my first real paintball marker. It was a proto rail.
Okay, nice. I had one of those.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then I got me a little halo, and then it started to go from there. And I think the first real serious paintball season I had after graduating from that MVP league was I got signed up with Mike Lehman, who's my coach now, which is funny how sometimes things go full circle. So he was my first real serious coach, and he's my coach now. And he was running a program where he had like 4 teams. He had Drive, Smoke, Rochester Ruthless, and another, I think, Outlaws. And he had tryouts, and I tried out, and I made Rochester Ruthless. And that's when we were playing USB, and this was in 2013. So I've been playing for a minute. So 2013 we were playing USB, and we did well. We learning, still learning speedball and aerodynamics of speedball. I grew into loving the role as a back player. I like my comms. It's one of the things that all my coaches has identified as a strength. My comms are good in terms of getting people down the field and holding my lanes, doing what I'm supposed to do. So we did well. We ended up, I think we placed 3rd that season in 2013 in Ruthless. And then from there, I just kept playing. There's a local league here, RMXL. I played that too, I think, with Rochester Assassins. Went back to Mike Lehman again, played with Batavia Smoke and some other local leagues. And didn't do anything national, I think, until later on. I played with Damon Parcells. He's the owner at Lavina Paintball in Louisiana. I did World Cup mounds with him, with Lavina Paintball, and with his homegrown team, Minx. We did some D5 action. I had some fun with that, but then after that, took a break from paintball. I lost my dad like 3 years ago. And just, when you lose a passion for stuff, took a break. A couple of my friends that I played with on previous teams were on Lockout. And we kept talking about it, but our calendars could never really sync up. You know what I mean? So I eventually did last season, and I signed up with Lockout, and it's been a process and fun ever since.
Mm-hmm. Lockout's growing too. They how many? You guys had 2 teams at this last event, right? In the ICPL.
Yeah, we had a 10-man team and we had a 5-man team.
Okay. Did you get to play 5-man too?
Well, that's my bread and butter. That's because that's what I'm used to in the street ball. And so we had a great POC with 5-man. We really had a good show in this last event at Classic Cup. We started off strong, but we had some issues with the pain, and it just didn't work out. We didn't have the showing that we wanted in the 5-man, but it was a great learning process because what we use the 5-man as like maybe an analytical info to bring to the 10-man.
Yeah.
So the shit that works on 5-man will probably work in 10-man, and what didn't work. You know what I mean? It's like you can use a lot of info from it. So what was good because we used that to translate to the 10-man squad, and that's when the following games and then 10-man, we adjusted the paint, and the team came to play, and we came out to play.
Nice. Yeah, you guys ended up facing off against our hometown guys here, Dark Carnival.
Yeah. That was a good game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I think you were the only ones to beat them all weekend at the beginning of Saturday.
The team was focused, man. Like, honestly, the energy going into this event was one of the highest energies I've ever felt as a team, and the team was ready. Our coaching staff had us focused. Even the story of how we even got into the finals was crazy because you know how they do the thing and like throw everybody off. So we didn't even think we made it. So literally everybody's like,
really?
Yeah, no, everybody was in the pits like, all right, well, maybe next year or shit. And then our coaches, and then this is when after, it's the end of the day. Most of the teams have cleared out. It's quiet. Our coaches run to come in. Look out, get ready. And everybody's like, what? You know what I mean? It was throwing your shit back on and then
to gear down and
it was crazy. So going from that low of okay, man. So shit, we're playing for. I know you're playing for first. You're not just playing for. This is it. You're playing for first. So kudos again to the coaching staff. Getting everybody back on track and getting everybody out there. We from top to bottom, from the pit crew, best pit crew in the game. Actually, we call them the pit crew.
Okay, like pits.
Because they are. Those ladies, shout out to Mama Beer and Randy. They keep us like organized. Because I think that's where a lot of it starts. So if you're organized in the pits, it flows outward. So they kept everything organized. Everybody was ready to go, and yeah, it was a great weekend, a great end to the season, and we're looking forward to this 2025 season. We're going back to the ICPL. ICPL is now condensed it down to three majors this year.
Yeah,
and they're only going to do obviously Maryland. They're going to do POC, and then a Classic Cup at Tiki's, yeah. So that'll be cool. So the team is focused on that, and also the team is going to be doing new things this year too as well, other leagues too as well. So that'll be fun. So there's growth and team lockout there too as well.
Are you guys going to be playing any of the NXL?
Yep, that
mechanical divisions. Yeah,
that is the plan. There's a lot of growth that has happened. They just wrapped up, and we just wrapped up applications with everyone that wants to do. Because we gave everyone options. There's ICPL, there's NXL, there's another league in New Hampshire that some people want to do. So everyone had options.
Can't remember that name, but I've seen it.
Yeah. So the team went last year. I wasn't there last year. The team went last year and had a really good time. And a bunch of the players said, hey, we want to try it again this year. So there's options for everyone, what everyone wanted to do. So there's going to be, I think, like at least 4 or 5 different lockout squads because there's also a local league here. We've got Upstate Paintball that just started here. They're doing a league here too as well. That's going to be available as well. So yeah, a lot of paintball.
Nice.
A lot of paintball for lockout next season.
Are you guys going to do any of the UPLs? I think is the name.
No. I think the team is focused on IC and then NXL and then also that local league that with United
local stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome that you got a
New Hampshire,
local
plus
league.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, plus the New Hampshire one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How many players are you guys rocking with in the whole organization?
So last season, I think at one point when we were doing it now, I think there was over 40 people in our chat.
Wow.
And And then we had, for each event, I think we took at least 15 or 17, 15, about 15 players plus three pit crew coaches. Yeah, so we're rolling at least 20 deep. So we're a big family. It's really a big family. And I've been playing paintball, like I said, now for a little bit, and it's the most family-oriented, clinical organization that I've ever been a part of. Like, I rented a freaking car, and then I just presented a receipt, and I was reimbursed, like, because I was using team stuff. Like, I'm like, oh shit, really? Like, oh, you know what I mean? You don't.
That's awesome.
You know, you
Normally does
don't
not
normally get that
happen.
unless you're with like a pro organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, so it's really, really cool, and it's a great family. Is everything perfect? No, you know what I mean? But it's the best, one of the best situations I've been in, and I'm excited to be back with them this year.
Awesome. They're doing a lot. I just found a Lockout t-shirt on Amazon. Like,
Really?
you guys have t-shirts on Amazon. So I hope it's someone from the team that's making that money.
Listen, the team's been around for a long time, so there's probably some oldie but goodies floating around out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw this in the corner.
Let me see that.
So
Let's
this
go.
is like
I love it.
2001 or something.
I love it. Yes. A lot of history with this. And, you know, it's one of the proudest moments of my paintball career, like being able to stand up there with, you know, getting that medal and knowing that the grind to take it and doing this name on the chest. I think everyone on the team, I think, plays for this more than the name on the back, just because of the history that comes with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really, really good to see it all culminate.
Yeah. Well, when I started playing, like, Lockout was the Dirt Rockers, you know, like they were the grungy guys, and you know, that's who I want it to be. So that's why
they come get you for sure, and then let you hear about it. You know, I think we still have that type of swagger on this team too. You know, especially with some of our even some of our younger players, man, like Alex and the Joshes and stuff like that. They're very aggressive and get down the field and stab somebody right in the face. You know, like, I think the last game of Mounds, I saw Alex go up and over the mounds and stab this fool from ear hole to asshole, and then there's like, are you not entertained? I'm like, yes, you know, that shit gets you hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our hoopty that ran down and stabbed three dudes on the hybrid field, and then gives them the he did get a penalty for it though. But
That's forgivable. That is forgivable. I know the refs got to do it, but I love seeing it.
You know, you got to keep it spicy though, man. Like, paintball is supposed to be fun. I mean, it's obviously it's more fun if you're winning, but you know, you got to keep it spicy, and that's one of the things that I love with this team. Like, there's a lot of personalities that mesh together to keep it fun and exciting. That we keep this thing going. You know.
So were you at World Cup?
Yes.
World Cup?
Yep, I was at last where I played on. Actually, I was voted team MVP of our World Cup of that last event.
Nice.
I think I got 2 game saving points in that World Cup. The last point, I actually, while hanging the flag, I shot the last motherfucker at the same time. Like, yeah. Like, hang flag shoot. It was a good cup. Didn't quite have the finish that we wanted down the line, but I think collectively that we took that momentum from World Cup and carried over for the team into what we saw at Classic Cup. But I love World Cup. I love going to World Cup. That's like one of the events on my list that I want to go to every year.
Yeah,
to get to see everybody, you know.
Yeah, it's a must go. For sure. So where are you playing this season in the ICPL? Are you playing, do you have a pro squad, or are you playing amateur?
No, because we finished second, we're still going to be playing at the amateur division.
Okay.
So this season, we're going to be doing the 10 and the 5-man again this season.
Okay.
So that's going to be the focus, primarily, especially for me, because that's all I play. That's all I'm focused. That's all my old ass can do this year. So looking forward to that, and then seeing if we can improve upon our standings for the 2024 season.
Okay, cool. As a 10-man / mechanical group or team, like do you guys have a scheduled practice?
Oh yeah. We practice a lot. We practice at our home field, all out paintball. And then we get there, our coaching staff have us do a bunch of drills right off the stretches, obviously exercises. Have a bunch of drills that they want us to run, and then just place a lot of situational paintball a lot of times. Okay. Which Lehman is really, really big on getting prepared on. If this happens or if that happens, what do you do? What do you do? Are we holding the situation? Are you pushing in the situation? So just to keep us aware, and just even just the simple stuff like the stuff that I hate. I'm like snap shooting drills. I fucking hate snap shooting drills. If I could pay to get out of snap shooting drills, I would, because it's just my body's system. It's different when the adrenaline's pumping in the heat of the battle and stuff, but just to be out there, I suck at it. But it's good to do it to help me to get better at it. So it's stuff like that I look forward to at those practices that we have at Island. I'm looking forward to when the weather gets better up here, get those started up once again.
Okay, cool. Let's switch gears a little bit. We'll definitely come back to Lockout because it's awesome. But how long ago did you start the podcast and the clothing line? And did one come before the other, or?
Yep, one did. So the clothing line was first. The clothing line started off with my love of paintball. Like I said, when I played in that USPA season, just the vibe of, especially the attitude of the players here, very aggressive, like get in your face. And then also my love of Star Wars, which I don't know if you're a sci-fi fan.
No, but I was gonna ask if it's
I'm a huge sci-fi fan. I'm a love of Star Wars, and I think the Sith and what they did with Order 66, one of the most masterful chess moves of ever. So, and I wanted, that's how I play. I want to be like strategic and just kill everybody, like out of the gate. So we wanted to combine, my wife and I, the love of paintball, my love of Star Wars, into a clothing line and the attitude that for players on the field. And that's how we started the clothing line. And we literally started off with, we go buy t-shirts at Walmart, and go buy like certain stencils and stuff at Michael's, and we make paintball quotes and stuff on shirts, and we sell them with stickers to people at the fields, and that's how we started. And then it just grew from there, and we with that type of vibe that we wanted for certain type of players, and it's grown. We started this year is actually going to make 11 years we started the clothing line, and we've always just wanted to be very, very exclusive, Everybody's got, paintballers are very eclectic. We have the same headband for the last freaking 10 years. Like most paintballers have at least 10 headbands, but you only wear one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we wear a certain beanie or whatever. So like we wanted to have gear for a certain type of player, a certain type of swagger, and keep it custom so not everybody got it. So we've never made more than like 20 of any. With my headbands, I never made more than 5 of my headbands. So if you get one of my headbands, you're getting a 1 of 5. You get one of my hoodies, you're getting a 1 of 10, so we try to keep it exclusive and give stickers out with them so people can rep them in different type of ways. And that's one of the cool things that we've done is people have been tagging us in their pictures, repping us on and off the field. We've been having competitions with that. That's been really cool. And that's been growing, and I've really loved that, and seeing how people rep our gear in different ways on and off the field. And we want to continue doing that. And I want to thank our supporters for the last decade that's helped us grow to where we are now. It's actually helped me send my kid to college. So
nice.
I'm really grateful for everybody for their support. And then we're getting the podcast. The podcast now, we're on our 6th season. And it started out basically just during COVID, bro. Like, the whole thing with COVID just sucked major ass, man. And you couldn't go to the field. They couldn't get with your boys, because I think that's one of the things other things in playing that is really cool about paintball is a culture where we get to hang out, and we were robbed of that. So I was like, damn, I miss my peoples, and that's how the podcast was born, where I just wanted to communicate with my peoples, and my wife and I, we did it. And then during COVID, and we also talked about COVID too at the time, because that was huge too as well. After things kind of got back to normal, I just kept going with it. And, it had its growing pains. I'm sure you, as a podcaster and a content creator, you have your growing pains. You're like, oh, and you probably, you missed more than you hit, when you start, but, I'm thankful now we've been doing it now for 6 seasons, and, we've had a lot of supporters over the last 6 seasons that stuck with us. We've got a lot of new supporters, and I'm thankful. I just want to tell paintball stories, man, because paintballers are cool, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on that, we can talk about. So that's what we try to do, and I try to keep it funny. I tell dad jokes in there, which, that's one of been one of my staples, like, because, I'm funny, damn it, fuck it. So, just keep it fresh, so we're having fun with that. I just want to keep going and see where we can go with it,
Cool. So I haven't noticed a pattern in how do you select your guests? Like, how do you decide who you want to ask?
It's really, it all depends. Like this, I like a lot of the OGs, so I try to talk to like a lot of the OGs of the game and get their knowledge. I like to talk to some of the young guns, especially the ones that are making some noise. I don't try to discriminate if whether you play mech or you play speedball or you play woods ball or you play scenario, just, what paintball is. And I'll look around, I'll see who pops up a lot of times on my feed. I'm like, oh, so Archie Byron Jr. just moved from, he's in Baltimore. I'm like, I wonder how he feels about moving that move. So I'm like, I reach out, hey Archie, what's up, man? Because I'm not shy, you know what I mean? The most you're gonna say is no. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you can't be shy in this.
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey Archie, I saw you just made a big move, blah, blah, blah. You want to talk about it? He's like, yeah, blah, 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 sure, that. And all right, I got Archie, you know what I mean? So that's how I do it, and that's how I've been doing it over the last year. A lot of time I talk to sometimes a lot of local players that are doing well. I've had Joe Barrett, because he's from the area here.
And he is a local guy too.
So I've had him on, and he's been awesome to come on and just talk about his pro experience, because guys like that people look up to, especially as a local guy. You're like, I remember playing with this dude, and now he's playing for Dynasty, or at the time, I think when he played with us, I think he was on Aftermath, but whatever. But the point is, like, people can tell their story, and it can inspire the younger generation. Because, not to be cliche, but what are we doing if we're not trying to grow the sport? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a lot of why I started this one, was I want to talk to the community more, and give back a little bit, So has the podcast helped the clothing brand, or has the clothing brand helped the podcast, or are they in tandem now?
It's very symbiotic, actually, and because I'm very, my wife and my kids pick on me a lot because I'm very analytical. I actually use a lot of things to help tie in a lot of things, like Shopify is really huge for me, for my business. It's really helped me. Plus Spotify, so Shopify and Spotify, which is really huge. And I've been tracking a lot of stuff, and then they really help each other, you know what I mean? And I'm very grateful for the growth that we've had, especially the last couple of years from both, So I've seen sales funneled because of people coming to the podcast and listen to the podcast, like, hey, let me go check out Order 66, or vice versa. They went to the website because I have a hyperlink right on my website that takes you right to my podcast, because I try to keep, it's hard to keep up with content creation.
Yeah.
Especially like, I got like the FUBU and the Breakfast Club paintball.
Okay.
So
that's a combination.
The perfect combination of both, if that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
I probably showed my age there when I said FUBU.
I grew up with FUBU.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Breakfast Club, the movie. So at least in this room, you're in good company. That's awesome. What how is you're my first New York guy, actually. I've had New Jersey. So how is the paintball scene in upstate New York?
The paintball scene here is crazy, man. Like I said, we don't get a lot of opportunity to play outside. So when we do, we outside. So, but there's a lot of indoor paintball, and it's weird, because the paintball's different indoor. Like the sound, how you see it, it's crazy. The lighting, everything is crazy. But we got to do what you got to do, and to keep the grind on. But the people here, they're aggressive as heck, and they talk a lot of shit. That's the thing that jumped out to me right out the jump, because I talk a lot of shit. Like if I'm beating you, best believe, you're gonna hear about it. You know what I mean? Like. My mouth is going. The best way to shut me up is not for me to be winning, and that's how a lot of the guys here are. You know what I mean? But they're also very aggressive, and I love that. And that you're never gonna. Most of the guys that I play with, we're not dying in their back bunkers. You know what I mean? We're moving forward. if we're going to die, we're going to kill us moving forward. That's one of the first things my first coach, Bryce, taught me. I'd rather see you die moving forward than die in a bad bunker. And I think that's how a lot of the players here are. And I love that about it. And there's a lot of history here too as well. People don't realize that a lot of really good players have come out of this era. You know what I mean? Like we've talked about Joe Broward, but you know, some other players have gone on to do some. You know, Mitch Kine was from this area. A couple of the guys from University of Buffalo. University of Buffalo was really huge for a while. They were running things in the college paintball scene. Like IT was doing their thing for a little bit. Like a lot of history. Free Flow was started here in the area. Come on now, like people sleeping in upstate New York, especially Rochester, man. And now Order 66 is from Rochester, New York, so what, you know, recognize, you know what I mean? So, you know, just there's a lot of paintball history here. So people and a lot of people have done a lot of things. So I'm really glad to be doing my little part here.
You're at an indoor field right now, obviously.
No, actually, our home field, all out paintball is outdoor. All outdoor. Yeah, they have a hyperball, they have a Mounds field. They're doing some other expansion right now. And we do have an indoor field that we also do practice at occasionally, and then we also ref a winter league there. And that's Outdoor Extreme at Angelica, New York, formerly GRC Paintball.
Okay.
That's a facility that a lot of people use here in the area, and that we frequent and supports us. So yeah. But I try not to play. I try not to play indoor anymore, man. I can't. It's just once you've been in like a Mounds field or a hyperball field, you're kind of nah.
So I started at indoor facility, but it was before like X-Ball was a thing. Mm-hmm. So it was this old dingy. It used to be a place where they auction off cattle.
So they smell. They always smell, don't they? They always smell.
It had a very unique smell of cow shit and dirt and paint. But it very dark, rock and roll music blaring. Mm-hmm. It's nothing like what these kids get on indoor fields now. No. Yeah. That grass isn't as slick as that turf, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
There's a little stick factor there. What marker are you guys running this year? Does Lockout have a marker?
We're going. Let me tell you something, man. So remember I told you I started off with a proto rail, okay? So throughout my career, the gun that I've gotten the most bodies with is I went from proto to die, and I had a die NT10. I had a DM11, a DM12, a DM13, like all the way back, right? I'm a bit. There you go. You know, so now we're free flow. We're shooting the DSRs, and so I'm used to the platform. And let me tell you, right out of the box, these DSRs, they shoot hits, boy. Like I'm talking, even last year. I don't know were you in Dallas last year for IC?
No, I was not in Dallas last year.
Dallas was a shit show. We were playing in mud/shit at some point. We had people caught bacterial shit in that shit, but that's a whole different story. But we were one of the few teams that didn't have any problems because we're shooting these DSRs. So again, back to your question is, we're shooting the DSRs, and they are absolute tits. Like crappy conditions, whatever conditions they are, they shoot tits. Like the issue we had recently, like I said, we had some issue with the paint and the 5-man. But other than that, man, like these guns are amazing, really, really amazing. Shout out to Free Flow, Buddy Bauer, and the partnership that he does and what they do there, because those guns are just flat out amazing.
Any other sponsors for the year?
We got a lot more sponsors for the year, man. They actually had we changed the program up, we opened it up, and we got some new sponsors. Shout out to a couple of them right off the top of my head. You know, we got obviously Free Flow, we got All Out Paintball, Order 66 is a sponsor too as well. Locks and Scuba is helping back with us again this year, and so we got a lot of new sponsors. And shout out to all of them at Die, Free Flow. So thank you to all our sponsors. We're gonna try our best to honor what you've done for us and keep doing the things. We're excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're doing a lot of things on the team, and I'm really excited for what the program is doing.
Awesome. What event are you looking forward to the most?
I've got two circled on my calendar. I always love. I went to POC for the first time last year, and I really fell in love with the location and the field and everything. So I'm really looking forward to POC again this year. And I've never been to outdoor. And outdoor is the first one on the leg this year. It's event one there in Maryland, and so I'm looking forward to that. I've heard some good things about that field. And you want to start the season off strong. You know what I mean? We finished second last year. And I've been working a lot in the off season myself, and I know a lot of other people do it just to get myself ready. But you want to start the season off strong. So I want to say POC just because of really, really love the history and the vibe and just everything there. So that's circles. I want to be there. And Maryland. I'm looking forward to Maryland.
Okay. Nice. That's not too bad of a car ride down there, is it?
It's not. Yeah, I drove to POC last year. It was like I put that thing in sport mode. We were out, boy.
Took off.
We were out. I don't know if I'm going to drive to Maryland. We're going to see what the prices look like first, but we'll see. We'll see.
Fair enough. It's right about there.
Yeah,
at like the 8-10 hour mark, right?
It's in that range. But here's the thing, though, that I found out after POC. After playing paintball, I don't want to drive, bro. I don't want to drive a couple. I don't want to drive, bro. I want to go back and chill in the hot tub and hang out or whatever. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. No, we at Cup this year, which, well, it wasn't our last event, but it was our last far away event. We took the extra day to just go home Sunday night, chill out from the long weekend.
You got to, man. You got to, especially like, like we talked about earlier. That's one of the big things with paintball, other than playing, it's the hanging out. It's being back at the Airbnb or at a hotel. Like it's a messing with each other. It's the getting the food together, all that stuff. It's a social aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's huge. So that's critical. I look forward to that shit. I love getting.
No, so do I. The team house is the funnest part. Gotta have the team house.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy.
You guys are going down and staying in separate hotel rooms. You're doing it wrong.
Good with me.
What's one of your favorite paintball memories, man? Should we narrow it down just to Lockout, or one pre-Lockout, one after?
With Lockout, other than obviously nothing can top taking second and getting that shit around your neck and like the culmination of the season. So that's definitely one. But if there was a 1A, I would say POC this past season. We played I think 5-man team that we played with. We went against some pro teams, and I said we whooped some ass. We whooped some ass, boy. Like I'm talking, we were going into all throughout the thing. We were top three. I don't think we dropped a point to like our 5th game or some shit like that. It was some dumb shit. So we were really playing some really good paintball, and to see the growth that we had as a team, because we put a lot of time in on practice before that, and to see how it worked out. And one thing our coach always tells us, practice hard, do what I tell you, and do your job, and the results will tell itself. And I think that POC showed it. I'm really proud of how especially that 5-man team, and how we performed that weekend, that really stood out, and how a lot of people came back to us and said, hey, I watched you guys play, like you guys were doing some shit like that. It makes you feel good after working hard, So yeah, Classic Cup 1, POC 1A.
Okay, nice. What was the hardest thing to get used to going from like more mainstream paintball into the classic format, and 10-man in particular?
Honestly, for me, it was the length and the width of the field was like crazy to me when I first started. I was just like, what the hell is this shit? Like I remember walking on the field with my guy, and we were from home. It was a woods ball field, and from the home to Snake One, it was a hike uphill. I'm like, you're supposed to make this so it was done. Going on a speedball field is a whole to that. It's different. So there was that chance, and also just the bodies. There's a lot. The math is different. Like 10 on 10. That's 20 people.
To keep track of.
So it's kill 7, up 5, multiplied by 3, carry the 2. Like, what the heck? It's a lot. You learn how to play, smart. You know how to be patient, because that's one thing you learn. You gotta be patient, and you also learn there's a lot more tricks to it. Like, some lob shots are coming from nowhere. You gotta learn lob shots. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to be sneaky. Gotta know when to talk and when not to talk. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta go up and over to get somebody, or you gotta take the scenic route. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I really like it, and that's why I want to have the option this year, because they gave us options. Like, what do you want to play this year when we're signing back up? Like, we're doing all these things. You can play all of them if you want. It's gonna be expensive as a motherfucker.
No.
So you get to choose what you want, and I just chose ICPL just because it's just a lot of fun. And the culture is awesome. And I really, really want to see what we can do. I got the silver medal, the second place hanging up over there. I want the gold. I want it.
Okay.
I want it. Man, I'm getting old, man. I need to do it while my body can still do this shit.
It definitely doesn't get easier, does it?
No, bro. I had to recover. I ruptured my calf halfway through the season this last year, and I thought I was done. I thought literally that was it. I was done. I was literally going to physical therapy every week. I had the treatments, all that shit, and I worked hard to get back to play World Cup with my first event back, and then to get do what we did at the World Cup, and then whatever, just go on to So it's hard, man. It's like, as you get older, I'm like, give me my 20-year-old body again, please.
Yeah, I would kill for that body back. So things just creak different these days.
Man, listen, hold on. I don't know if you can see back here. Hold on, let me go this real quick. I got a whole stash of shit right here. I got Biofreeze, Freeze, all my paintball shit.
That's an old man paintball toolkit right there.
Listen, man, Tiger Bomb all day, baby. Let's go.
So that was us at Cup for sure.
Listen, by any means necessary, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, we have this great stuff called Green Goat, and it's THC infused.
Ooh, you had me there. Tell me more.
See if I can get you some.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
But man, that stuff, you put it on there and it works. And I'm not a big, like, I came up in medical field, so like Biofreeze and stuff was always my jam, but the Green Goat stuff really relaxes it and helps it heal up.
Okay.
So,
okay. You know what's been used for me too? That want to like really, really help me? I got myself one of guns, and I can change the knobs on, and I just
the massage gun things, yeah.
Let me tell you, man, that thing, the best thing since sliced bread, boy. That thing saved my career.
Yeah, that is a must the day after an event for sure.
Oh my God.
Sometimes during the event.
There's actually a picture on that was on Instagram and the Facebook somewhere. In between the points, I had mine, and it's literally sitting right between my legs. I'm like, yep, I keep it close hand as soon as I get off the field.
You got to keep it loose. You don't want to be out there when it locks up.
Or snaps.
What advice would you give someone who wanted to try the classic format?
Just do it, man, and just be open and have fun with it. You know what I mean? Be wild with it, because you have to be. It's very unconventional. It really is. It's the most unconventional paintball, but it also is some of the most, what's the word I use, intellectual paintball that you got to play to as well. I mean, you got to be smart. I think a lot of points that we won last season as a team was because we played smart to the very end, sometimes down to the last second. You know what I mean? And just be smart, be open, be wild, have fun with it, and try it out, man. It really is some of the most fun paintball you really will ever play. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad I finally took the jump, and that's all I want to until the wheels fall off is my policy with it. You know what I mean? I want to keep going till I can't. You know.
I love it.
I see an opportunity. A friend of my teammate the other day, she's like, "Hey, come play some speedball with us." I'm like, and that's crazy because that's the shit that I started playing, and I was like, do I want to maybe, put me down as a maybe,
Yeah.
if you need a guy, but this classic cup is just fun, man. It's just fun,
Yeah, I shoot mechanical most of the year, even though I play speedball throughout the year. I don't switch that thing over until the last second.
Yeah. You know what's my go-to? I got it right there. I mean, obviously we're sponsored by Diet, whatever, but one of my go-tos is my EMEC. I would take that thing and I will play speedball with my EMEC, and I will guarantee you I will get bodies with that EMEC.
Yeah, it makes you think a little bit harder. Can't hide behind the gun. It's a good workout for sure. Yeah. I just picked up an EMEC bike last week. Found one used.
You're gonna love it. That thing.
Yeah. So what I miss about like the old days was how you could really personalize it, your marker, and I feel like I can do that with the EMEC.
All right, let me show you mine real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Show me yours.
So this is a 1 of 1. So remember I told you my guy Damien Parcells of Lavina Paintball.
Yeah.
So he got this made for me, and it's a 1 of 1 Rasta edition.
Like
it was
that.
done by I think Armored Anodizing did this one for him. It's got the Lavina Paintball right there, and done in the Rasta colors. And this thing, let me tell you, this thing has bodies. But look at that thing, man. Look at this shine on that thing, boy. I love this gun. Love it.
That's awesome.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
Love the gold.
Yeah. But it's Rasta, man. And then we're Rasta too. And that's my culture.
So I mean, you mentioned, I can't even remember if we're recording or not, but you moved here from Jamaica.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I moved here about 25 years ago. I used to visit every year.
Okay.
Growing up, my family, I had a bunch of my family that left Jamaica in the early 80s and migrated here to the States. And I would come up every summer and visit. But I never really had never wanted to like stay long. I come and then go back because, got Jamaica, it's beaches and good life.
Yeah.
But about 25 years ago, I made a decision to come here, got married, got divorced, had some kids. And then it's, I miss it. It's just a different vibe, bro. The culture is different. The food is different. The weather is different.
How was that first winter?
No, I actually passed out. Like, no shit.
Did you?
No, I did. Funny story, right? So I was with my ex-wife at the time, and we used to live in a suburb called Brockport.
Okay.
It's a college town here in Rochester. And I used to smoke cigarettes at the time. And I remember the morning I got up, and it was just light flurries and whatever, and we couldn't smoke in our apartment. And I'm like, I didn't feel like going downstairs and all that bullshit. So we had a patio. So I'm like, let me go on the patio, whatever. So I go on the patio, put my robe on, a little cigarette. I'm like, oh, it's kind of chilly. Like, but if you ever smoke cigarettes, it's one of those things where you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette.
Yeah.
Fucking cigarette anyway. So I'm smoking a cigarette. So I'm like, as soon as I finish cigarette, I'm like, this is cold as fuck. I can't do this anymore. Bumble clock. I'm cussing out of these Jamaican. So I go in and I close the sliding door. I'm like, that was really cold. My wife at the time, my ex-wife, she's walking in. She's like, you okay? I'm like, oh, it was really, really cold. And then I'm just like, passed out. So she had to call, she tried to, and she was a nurse. She was a registered RN and she couldn't revive me. So she had to call 911 and they had to, dead ass, bro, dead ass. This is my first winter here in Rochester. And they had to come and they had to revive me. They said my body shut down because I wasn't used to those temperatures. And that's when I was like, I will not, I'm like, fuck that cigarette. We got to quit, boy. I was like, no, we ain't doing that shit again. Well, listen, and I'm serious, but like, it's easier for me to keep cool when it's hot than for me to get warm when I get cold. Like when I get cold to the bone, bro. Like that's why I played one scenario game during the winter. I think I played one league where we had a game where there was flurries, and I was like, cut this. No, we're not doing this.
Nope.
Dude. I told my coach, take me out, coach.
Need to go warm up in the car. What's your most, probably know the answer to this. I'm going to ask it anyways. What's your most type 2 fun you've had at paintball? Are you familiar with the concept of type 2 fun?
No, break it down for me.
Okay, so type 2 fun is it sucks when it's happening, but the story is so good from it, it becomes fun later.
So what's my favorite type 2?
Well, do you have a type 2 story from paintball, I would guess?
Well, I would have to go way back. So remember I tell you that how we can't play outside a lot, and there's a winter league that we have here. So there was a winter league that I was playing a couple of years ago with our local team, Buffalo team, and great bunch of guys, but not the most reliable bunch of guys, as you know, can happen in paintball.
It can.
So it was I think the second event of the league, and we get there, and I was one of the first people there. Long story short, we only had 4 guys for the entire event. Nobody was answering their phone. Everybody was like, and we were just like, we're like, yeah, do we want to do this? Let's just go home. Because paintball, especially when you're short, like it's not cheap. You're like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more expensive for everyone.
So we said to the owner and the ref, like, yo, we don't want to forfeit. But they're like, how about we let you rotate a guy in from each of the teams, and we'll just make it happen for you guys if you don't forfeit. And we're like, okay, we work with that. You know what I mean? So we basically, and then we found the one guy that stayed with us for like the majority of the event. And I shit you not, from that whole negative of like for going into forfeit, we literally lost the entire event, bro. We literally wrecked people all day. So shout out to my boy Shane. I think it was Shane Haley we had at the time. And we had Nick Stone. We were Nipple Bandit, which is, I know is a weird band, is a weird name for somebody, but it's Jose's, is his real name, but we call him Nipple Bandit. Don't ask me, that's a whole other story. But we were wrecking full, and who else? Who was our other guy? There was me, Shane, Cheech, and Nipple Bandit, and we ran with that core 4 that showed up from the Buffalo team. We rotated one guy in, and we lost 2 games total, the whole event, and we're placed first. It was crazy. So for a type 2, I think that's a perfect type 2 situation.
That's perfect type 2. That's a good one, man. I might have to retire that question. That was the first time I asked it.
It's a good question though, because it was the most funky ass situation, and it turned to be a positive in the end, and which shows don't quit. Because we could have quit and just said fuck it. But we said, all right, let's do this. But we said, all right, let's see what happens. And we had fun, and it was one of the most memorable days for the 4 of us and our 5th guy ever.
That's awesome.
Paintball.
So,
paintball.
That's paintball. That is paintball. Oh, yeah. The good old teammates that don't show up know that all too well.
And then my phone was off. Oh, my phone died. I don't want to hear that shit. That
happened to us at Cuphead for 10-man on the mounds this year. There's 3 of you that should be here right now.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what I love about Lockout.
I just need one of you.
We don't have those problems. Like, even one of the things, we stay together as a team. We eat together. When we're leaving, we're coming back. Or nobody's babysitting anybody, but like, we will leave together. We come back together. Boom.
No, you move as a unit.
Yeah. We check in. Okay, I'm back. Boom, boom, boom. Even at events. Like, if I'm going to take a walk, someone's taking a walk with me, and then we're coming back, and then, okay, we're good.
Outside of your coach, who have you played with the longest on Lockout?
Good question. So I've been with Lehman. Like I said, Lehman was my first coach when I played seriously with. So outside of my coach, that's a good question. Probably Jake Grassmick. Okay. Jake, Jake Grassmick is my dude. Yeah, I played with Jake. from way back in the day when we used to play on, we played together on New York Rush. And then we played together again on Buffalo, I think, Cash Out for a little bit. Yeah, so Jake Grassmick. And then Jake is one of those sneaky little, he's a bigger-ish guy like myself, but he's light on his feet. He's one of those guys that can make snake corner, snake 50. And he's like, how did he make it? He's just like nimble. And he's an awesome teammate. His comms are just off the chart. He was actually playing hurt. He messed up his back. He was playing hurt at his last Classic Cup, and he powered through it. So, solid teammate, solid dude. So yeah, Jake Grassmick is my dude, man. That's my dude.
All right. How about is there someone, and it could be in Lockout, it could be not in Lockout, someone in upstate New York who's coming up?
Easy, Alex.
Okay.
I play with him right now on Lockout. He's a young talent. He's aggressive. He's smart. He's just got to learn how to rein in. When I say he's very good, and it's sometimes to his detriment, and he's learning how to deal with it better. But I think when he gets it, clocks it all in, he's a dangerous man. Danger. I saw that man at Classic Cup. He was moving down, and the opposing player tried to bunker our guys. He ran back, shot that dude from across the field, then came back, went up and over, shot the other dude from arrow to asshole, and then hung the flag. And everybody else was like, "What the fuck happened?" Like he's quick, he's smart, and I think when he has it all down, he's gonna be dangerous for a very, very long time. So I think Alex from the MEC, because he's playing MEC, he plays with us on ICPL, and he's also gonna be doing NXL. He's gonna be very, very dangerous, and you guys need to don't sleep.
So is he playing the NXL mech too, or is he play? I'll come hang out.
I'll pay for it dearly for weeks to go.
All right, let's shout out. We're like right there, so shout out the sponsors one more time, and we'll
let's see. We'll start off with the guns. We got to shout out to the Free Flow Die family. Thank you for the best markers on the planet that shoot hits right out the box. Shout out to our glove. I think we're Max T gloves that protect us, when we're crawling around on the floor. Shout out to obviously Order 66. Shout out to Odell's Locks. All our sponsors. We couldn't do this without you. JT, best master in the game. Thank you. To all our supporters, we appreciate you. To all our haters, we appreciate you too as well. We couldn't do it without you. Keep it coming. Yeah, we're excited for the 2025 season.
Awesome. And then Order 66, where can they find it at?
Order 66, we keep our exclusive apparel. We never make more than 20 or 10 of anything. Find us at order66paintball.com. Sign up for a subscriber club. That's where you can get savings emailed to you weekly, monthly, to all our exclusive apparel. Our podcast is also available through our website. Tag us in your pictures rocking our apparel, whether on or off the field. You win a $25 gift card to our shops. We just like to try to keep paintball fresh and exciting. We try to make cool reels and stuff that memes that capture the paintball culture.
Oh, so you made some fire ones the other day.
Thank you. So, we just try to have fun with the paintball culture, man. So it's an awesome culture. I'm very excited to be a part of it. And thank you for all our supporters over the last 10 years. And we're just going to keep this thing going. Like I said, we want to be the breakfast club with paintball. So let's keep this thing going as long as we can.
All right.
And thank you, Hunter. Thank you for having me in your podcast, man. Like I said, this is like, and all these years is probably the third time that I've ever been on the other side of doing this shit. So thank you for the opportunity, man.
Well, we're gonna have to do it again, maybe after the first ICPL.
Yeah, but I think and good shit. What you're, I really appreciate what you're doing. And as me looking from the outside as another content creator, I love what you do, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And it's great for the culture. And let's go, let's get it, boy.
But thank you, and like I said, we'll have to have you back after the first ICPL.
Let's do it, my guy.
Hopefully, I'll see you there. We'll see.
We'll make it happen.
Life's a little weird right now.
I'll have a cold Heineken for you when you come over.
Hey, that's a deal.
That's a deal.
That is a deal.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, hey, thank you for coming on.
All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Shout out to 1023 Sportswear for sponsoring the show. Don't forget to use code Planet Paintball at checkout for 20% off your order. Gear up, save big. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball podcast